Hi, Sinead.
Hello.
Yeah, so we're just going to start off with a couple of questions to see how your experience working with vending media has been.
All right, sounds good.
All
It's
right.
been pleasant so far. So
Perfect. Yeah, so walk us through, how your first call was, hearing about, someone proposing to you a vending machine that can actually generate two streams of revenue instead of just your regular vending business.
yes, it was actually very exciting to hear about the two sources of income. I'm new to vending, so I've only thought that, it would just be snacks and beverages. But finding out that we have this big 21-inch screen, on the machine that can double as advertisement was very exciting. And I just wanted to figure out ways of getting ads on the screen right away. So super excited about that.
Perfect. Absolutely. And yeah, and working on this, could you just walk us through, how everything was from, getting your first call in, speaking with one of our sales reps and seeing, how everything went on from there?
Yes, it was actually a really, really good conversation. It made me feel very comfortable because I was hesitant to move forward because this was my first vending venture. So talking to people through Vending Media just made me feel comfortable, relaxed. And, the program that you all offer, from beginning to end, you all have everything set up. You let me know about the templates that you would have in place for me to put in order for we got to start over. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So, Jenny, if you could just, walk us through what happened, on your first call, and of course afterwards when you actually said yes and began working with our whole team.
Yeah, so my first call was a great call. I was very nervous to move forward with vending because, again, I am new to this. But Vending Media made me feel very comfortable. They explained the process to me. And, from the beginning, just placing the order to getting the machine, they worked with me for my unique design, which was awesome. They were very patient with me. And the whole transition was just very seamless. And I couldn't be happier.
And that's great. And was there something that you were afraid of, going into this? What were your main doubts about starting your own vending business?
I guess just being my own boss. I've always worked for someone, never for myself. So that was, something that I was really nervous about. But now that I have my machines and things are going well, I'm very confident and I'm happy that I made the choice to move forward with Vending Media.
All right, perfect. And you told me you currently have two machines active.
Yes.
And typically, could you walk us through how much time you typically spend on, managing these machines on a day-to-day basis or a weekly basis?
Yeah, so the initial setup, of course, took a little bit longer, just getting all the products loaded on the machine and the first install with putting all the snacks in there. So that took long. But, now that everything's set up, I don't spend hours weekly having to manage the machine, which is really great. So I'm able to have my personal life, my work life, and still manage my machines. So I would say on average, I would spend about maybe 2 to 3 hours, with the machine to restock products when I have to go into my locations.
Yeah, perfect. And you're, of course, able to track all of your inventory, right?
Yes, I love the app. The app is amazing. And actually, I can't stop looking at it. It's just, it's just something new for me. So I'm constantly looking at my app, trying to figure out what do people like, what do they don't like, and things like that. And you get to see your sales and stuff like that. So it's something that definitely keeps you engaged. And it is helpful because you don't want to run out of snacks, right? You want people to have stuff available. So this app is connected to the machine and it makes things even more easier.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, that's of course, what we're trying to limit, empty trips. We want you to be your own boss, as you said. And maybe speaking about this, has, having your own vending business changed something, how you think about money or building income or building a business?
Yes, it's definitely made me more confident. I've learned with Vending Media, you have to, go to locations in order to secure it, even though they find it for you. So I've learned a lot about negotiating things like that, which is very helpful. So I definitely think it's helping me become more business minded. And I look forward to more growth with Vending Media and just learning more about the vending business, as I plan to expand and take over the world.
And yeah, of course, here you have currently two machines active. This is, of course, a great start for everyone. I'm sure, as you already, told me, you're looking to expand sooner or later.
Yes.
Yeah, just two more questions here.
Mhm.
You know, this,
Okay.
that's,
Yeah.
and so Sinead, what would you say to someone who I'm pretty sure was in your situation before, you know, starting out? You're not sure whether to jump right in, and you're always telling yourself, "I think about it, I'll do it later." What would you tell someone who's going through that right now?
I would definitely encourage them to go for it. Again, I had the same doubts and everything, but working with Vending Media, I really feel the support. Like, you guys have my back. If I have any concerns, you know, we have the group chat. I'm able to text someone and they respond right away. The video calls are very helpful if I ever have any troubleshooting issues. So you don't feel like you're alone in this journey. You have the full support from Vending Media, and I feel like that's all you need to get this journey going. They're amazing, and I feel like, you know, there's other companies out here, but Vending Media really provides the support that you would need, especially if you're beginning at a beginner with vending. So I would say do it. Like Nike, just do it.
Perfect. That's great. That's really good. But maybe here we can just tackle two questions.
Yeah, I mean, I have time. Don't like to take it. I'm good.
Just two more questions, you know, just to give them, you know, what to choose, you know, what's the best questions to go with. What kind of person do you think this business is, you know, actually right for? And who do you think should not try to do this business?
Oh, wow. That's a good one. So I would say someone who's looking to, again, become their own boss, who wants to challenge themselves to do something different. I would say that vending is definitely for them, because it's very rewarding and it gets you to step out of your comfort zone. Mm-hmm. So who it wouldn't be for, that is actually, I guess, someone who's not looking for change, or someone who doesn't want to be their own boss.
What kind of person do you think this business is actually right for? And who should, you know, probably not do it and stay away from this business altogether?
Yes, I think this business would be definitely good for someone who's looking for change, someone who's looking for growth, and looking to, you know, just expand on something that they already have. I think with Vending Media, you're able to grow, you know, your own brand. Again, the custom designs are very, very helpful. It stands out from all other machines. So if you're looking to grow and learn more, then this is definitely for you. I would say for someone, this wouldn't be for if they're not looking for growth, if they're not looking for change, or if they're just simply happy with where they are in life, then I would say this wouldn't be for them.
The question is just, you know, if you could go back and do one thing differently, what would it be?
Oh, I would probably get more machines to start. I got 2 to start, but now I wish I had more. So that would be my only thing. And then just saying yes sooner so that I can get this journey started sooner. That would be the only thing I would change.
Absolutely. Perfect. Well, I think that's good. That's really good.